and welcome back to Focus Atlanta. Again, thanks so much for continuing to watch. We're going to close out the show with something that every single one of us needs to know. And we're talking about stretching your body or getting your body stretched appropriately. We're going to talk about the stretch zone. I am here with Kelly Boatwright. Thanks so much for coming on the show. I appreciate your time today.
Thanks for having me.
Well, okay, you got to give me a little history because I've heard about the benefits of stretching appropriately. And to some extent, I know the truth of it because I'm a former dancer. But what exactly happens for clients on their first time at a stretch zone?
Their first time is complimentary. So they come in, we do an intake assessment of them, what their goals are, what their objectives are, if they have aches and pains, if they've had surgeries, getting a medical background. All of that is very, very important for us to know up front so that we can address the issues head on and appropriately. Each client has a different need, and so we address it head on with a protocol that's set just for them. Then they get from the assessment, they get on the table itself, and the practitioner takes them through a protocol where they're measuring their range of motion. All of that's being noted, as well as what they feel like the protocol going forward should be. And then afterwards, it's just the close. It's, how do you feel? Are you interested in coming to see us on a more regular basis? And, most people say absolutely because they feel great when they get off the table.
Now, I got to think, a lot of people are wondering, okay, I'm not that flexible. How can this help me? Or, for some people, they're like, I can barely touch my toes. What is going to a stretch zone going to do? But you're saying that the client is really not doing much. All of the
They're not
work
doing anything.
is on the practitioner?
They lay on the table. We have a patented belt system that holds body parts in place so that we can get the most dynamic stretch possible, and the practitioner does all the work.
Wow. Okay. Then this is can you tell how intrigued I am? Like
I can. I love it.
I'm all in already. Okay, so if this is your first time, and again, you've been having some issues that you've indicated to you all, to your staff. You've been having issues in your hip. You've been having issues in your back. You're saying that a consistent regimen of stretching can assist or has assisted people, yourself included, to turn things around?
100%. I started out as a client before I was a franchisee. I actually still have a corporate job, but I saw such relief from it for hip pain, chronic hip pain. I signed up at the Sandy Springs studio and did 12 weeks with them, and loved it so much that I re-upped my membership because I just couldn't give it up. And my hip pain went away. We did a vacation soon afterwards to DC and New York City. So, tons and tons of walking. I was completely pain-free. And so I said to my husband, I think we could open one, in East Cobb, and I think we could open one in Buckhead. And he asked a couple of questions. And next thing you know, we're multi-unit studio owners, even with corporate jobs. So yes, it works.
Oh my goodness. And the other thing that's really intriguing for me is from reading on your website, how you can tell the difference almost after the first stretch. Like that kind of blew me away. Like a lot of your clients are like, I went, I set up my sessions, but I went for that first one and my body felt different. Is that typical, or typically are more of your clients saying, okay, after session number 6, okay, after session number 5, what are you hearing?
Well, we work on a 3-5-7 intensity system. So if you think about it, when you start, your 3 may be here. And then at week 6, your 3 is going to be here. And then, at week 12, your 3 should be at, or not quite 90 degrees because the 5 and the 7 would be the 90. But it's gradual intensity. And that's very purposeful. We don't want you to come in and us stretch you to the point of you feeling pain. That's not the intent. It's to gradually increase that range of motion over a period of time. And yes, most people, that's why we do the demo stretch, because we know that if people give it a try, that more times than not, they're going to get off that table and already feel a difference.
Oh my goodness. Well, clearly I'm sold. Go ahead. You gotta close me out with a website. So if I'm sold, I'm sure half of the viewers are sold too. You gotta close me out with a website where we can learn where our closest stretch zone is and get the help that we
Absolutely.
need.
Absolutely. It is stretchzone.com, and you can find one of, I think we're up to 19 studios in the Atlanta area. So surely there's one near you, and we would love to see you in there.
Thanks so much for making time for us today on Focus Atlanta. It was a pleasure to meet you.
It was great to meet you as well. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. All right, guys. I don't know if you can tell how excited I am. I'm thinking about making my appointment as soon as this is over. But take the opportunity to go to the website. See if this is something that may be of assistance to you. If you've been having chronic back pain, chronic, lower back pain, or hip pain, this might be the solution you've been looking for. Check it out and learn more. And thanks, guys, for tuning in to this week's episode of Focus Atlanta. I hope to see you next Sunday here on WUPA.